Welcome back to the Bird's Eye View. As always, I am here with Mr. Krow and Harcase.
Hey everyone.
Hello.
And today's topic, because of the current environment we are in with inflation going on, well, has inflation been going on where you're at, Harcase, or is it just an American thing at this point?
I'm not sure. I probably would guess it happens here. I just probably never notice because I don't notice simple things like that, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
But I'm sure it's probably happening here just as much as in the US.
Well, definitely it's happening here with the government massive spending that they're doing right now. But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what happens in places like grocery stores and things like that when inflation starts getting higher than a normal regular increase that naturally happens. And so today we're going to talk about shrinkflation.
Shrinkflation.
No jokes, Mr. Krow?
Shrinkflation.
No, I love talking about shrinkage. I totally.
Okay, so
Shrinkage.
for you that, like, I have a business degree from the university that I went to. That's what I got my degree in. So this is like a topic that's right up my alley and stuff. So for those of you that don't know what that is, it's basically the way that, like, you know that all stores are set up in such ways to mind screw you into buying stuff you don't need or to buy stuff, right? They're all
Yeah.
set up that way.
Buy
Everything's
kids' toys
color
because it's
coordinated. Like the
cereal.
psychology that goes into brick and mortar stores is crazy. And
Yes.
especially grocery stores are masters at it.
Yes.
And
The milk
so,
is in the back for a reason.
yes, and so with inflation, they get even trickier and more deceptive. And this is how they do it. It's called for layman's terms, it's called shrinkflation. And basically, what that is, it is a way for a manufacturer to charge the same amount but still make more money or to recoup some of the money that happens with inflation. And
Downsizing.
basically, inflation is the dollar amount that whatever you can buy was to say $1. Inflation is when that product increases cost. So with $1, you can no longer buy that. Now it costs $1.10, $1.20. Most people associate with this like milk and chicken and things like that people buy all the time. That's when they really notice it. But what happens?
Because a gallon is a gallon.
Right.
And they can measure it. They don't change that.
Well, that's not true. Now,
Really?
so
I'm interested about that
shrinkflation.
one.
This is how the grocery stores trick you. And this is why you may be spending the same amount of money on your groceries that you've always spent, but now you're having to go back to the store and buy more.
More frequently. Yeah.
So let's check this out here. All right, so
I always look at my potato chips as an example.
that's a very good one too. But how do you look at the bag or the potato chip itself?
Depends. First, I'll notice that the bag is shorter or smaller, and then I look at the ingredients.
Okay.
I do both.
So one would be misleading to you.
Okay.
And I'll show you why. Okay, so this is how they trick their customers. So here is 2 bags of Doritos. One on the left is bigger bag for more to share. The one on the right is just a standard bag. But both of them have exactly the same amount. So you said you look at the bag, but the bag here is misleading, right? You think you're getting more, but they've tricked you. You're not.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's move on a little bit more here. All right, Pringles. Here's another chip thing, right? They actually make the chip smaller.
Yep.
And use the same packaging. So now you think you're getting the same amount of chips, but technically you're actually getting smaller chips for the same amount of price that you're spending. And this just goes
crazy.
on and on and on. And there's
yeah.
tons of these. Like, okay, here's a chocolate bar. Look how close these are together. But yet, when shrinkflation happens, look how spaced out they are.
Oh my god, yeah, Toblerone, you sneaky son bitch.
You
Right.
sneaky son
And
of
so this is
bitch.
how they save money. You might not
Yep.
think that that's a lot of chocolate they're saving. But think if they
Oh,
do
it's-
this 4, 5, 6 times, they have a whole nother chocolate bar that they're charging you the same amount
Exactly.
for.
I
Right?
remember those Toblerones being exactly like the top picture, and
Yep.
now I see it now, the change. It's
Right.
crazy.
So this one talks about Pyrex was well known for making fireproof glassware. And but at some point they started using cheaper ingredients that strengthened the glass from being dropped, but reduced the strength against thermal shock. So they were exploding under the
Really?
heat.
Oh wow.
It
I
looks
didn't
the
know
same.
that.
It costs the same, and then they use the same branding that they've always used, right? But now all of a sudden you put it in somewhere hot and the thing explodes on you.
No more microwaving your butter in those.
Right? So it's not.
Yeah.
So here's a Mars bar just getting smaller.
I remember
Wow.
that I run across this one all the time with the Milky Ways. That's my candy bar.
Double
Oreos,
stuff.
yep.
Going
Horrible.
from bigger packaging, 15.35 ounces, to the 16.6 ounces. How deceiving is that?
Yep.
Right? You think, oh, it costs 10 cents more, but it's a way bigger package. I must be getting a bigger cookie. No, you're not. They
No.
shrinkflation gypped you.
Yep.
Even toilet paper screws you.
Wow. Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's
a
crazy.
standard size paper roll used to be 4.5 inches. You know how like when you put it on your thing and all of a sudden you got the big gaps on each side now?
Yep.
This is
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
This is why.
What the heck?
Yep.
Madness.
It's almost it's 3/8 of an inch smaller, almost a half an inch smaller. But my
Thanks,
question was
Charmin.
from how long, right? How long have they been
Yeah.
they
Mm.
so now is it what, a whole inch shorter because they were doing 3/8 every 3 or 4 years? I don't know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm not sure what this one was
Twix?
about. No.
Interesting.
14% smaller. 250
Okay.
250 calorie cap on it. So packaging would be this is even extra, right? But the packaging's actually smaller and the candy's actually less.
Wow. Okay.
I know the
So-
cereal one too.
Right. So the cereal, what they do is they make the box skinnier,
Yep.
but make it taller.
Mhm.
So when it's standing next to the same box from before that didn't have that change, it actually looks bigger. But it's not.
Yeah.
You're actually getting less. They charge you the same amount, therefore increasing their profit and reducing your wallet. Lay's potato chips, 10 ounces, 9.5 ounces. So you get less chips, same size bag. Beer, do you know this one? Either of
No.
you?
Nope.
No. What they've done here is an optical illusion. And what they've done is instead of giving you a full pint, the glass technically holds less liquid. Looks exactly the same, but it holds less liquid.
See, I've been seeing things like on TikTok where
It used to
A
be
small-
16 ounces, and now it's 14.
yeah, like a large cup from McDonald's will hold the same amount as
Yeah.
a medium.
These glasses
So
are
they're doing the
usually
same
called
thing.
falsies or cheater pints. It looks the same, but you're getting less for the same amount. And now, and even this is probably, depending on where you go, they may charge you more and still give you less. Right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then if you ever get somebody that pours your beer like this and leaves that giant head on there, you better fucking tell them to pour that shit out and fill that motherfucker up, dude. That's bullshit, dude.
Yeah.
You got like fucking 8 ounces in a fucking falsy glass where you got like a half. You got like a half a beer. Bullshit. Let's see. Shirts. They're replacing cotton with cheaper and much thinner synthetic fabric.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Mm.
But yeah, still charging you an arm and a leg.
Yeah.
Yep. And then what do we got? Oh, family size, extra juicy bits. So look at this: 1.6 liter to 1.5 liter.
Wow.
Yeah, it's mad.
I didn't realize that they changed the packaging based on
Yeah.
like the size. They're just changing the package.
And sometimes they don't change the package; they just don't give you as much.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
especially in stuff like chips, where you can't see inside the bag.
Yep.
Let's say you remove. Let's just for an example, you remove 5 chips a bag, right? So over a span of 20 bags, you got a whole nother bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a sneaky way of how they're doing that. Let's
Dang.
see. Go from 90 trash bags to 80 trash bags, and well, I guess that's a little bit smaller packaging, but
Yeah, but
They're
who's going to
still
notice
calling
that
it a
keg?
mega
Yeah.
pack.
yeah, it's still a mega pack, but now they shortened you 10 trash bags. You know, before you had it planned out almost once a day for 3 months, right? Now all of a sudden, like you're like, oh God, I'm short. I gotta go back to the store. Here's a tricky one. Powerade almost looks identical, except for goes from 32 fluid ounces to 28.
See, I thought I
Wow.
was just the crazy one. I was like, I swear I remember 32 ounces on these things.
Yep. In 2014, Coca-Cola reduced the size of their large bottles from 2 liters to 1.75, and the price
remember that.
remained the same.
Yeah.
Yep.
I miss the good old days with the big old glass bottles, 16 ounces.
Yes.
Every day in high school, I pretty much went across the street. We had a deli across the street, and I'd grab a big old Mountain Dew for lunch.
Nice.
But, good, healthy Mountain Dew for. Let's
Yeah.
see. Cogbury announced that by the end of 2021, they're going to reduce the calorie count of bars that are sold in multi-packs, according to BBC. So they'll contain no more than 200 calorie each.
No
Like-
more than 200 calories each.
Yeah, like I don't understand the point, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, well, we're helping to fight obesity by only letting you eat 200 calories at a time, or I'll just open another package and eat the same amount I was gonna eat anyway, dick. Like, I don't know. I don't really see the point of that, or it's just an excuse to reduce the amount. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just seems weird. Let's see. So yogurt went from 6 ounces to 5.3.
I knew it.
Uh,
I don't look at the size. See, this is the thing is I don't look at
bottles
the
of
size.
Heinz salad cream. Who the fuck would eat that anyway? But it was
Yeah,
it was
God, yeah.
reduced by 9%. That's just
No.
that just sounds not
No.
not enough to eat. So there we go. So that's your examples of shrinkflation, and just so you know, you're being lied to at the stores, right? Make sure you look at what you're buying, compare what you're buying. You may be stuck with whatever you're getting, but don't think that you're getting the same stuff that you always been getting. Make sure that at least in your head that you know that you're getting robbed. So be on the lookout in your stores for this kind of stuff. So
This brings up the same thing like I've noticed with rock stars, right? I swear the originals used to have like 300 milligrams of caffeine, but now when you buy them, they're about 120, 130, somewhere in that. And yet they've inflated in price. I used to never spend over 80 cents per like a can, and now they're about if you search around, they're about $1.25 a can, and yet you're not getting the same ingredients, like, right? They've reduced the amount of caffeine. They've reduced some of the ingredients it's not the same anymore. They've cut their cost, yet
So,
selling it for cheaper.
not being a coffee
expensive.
drinker, I don't subscribe to the caffeine fix stuff, so I wouldn't know anything about that. But what have you, now that you're thinking about Harcase, have you noticed anything about
Oh,
shrinkflation
yeah.
in your time?
Definitely, yeah. Now seeing it, it'll make sense why Most of the chocolate bars that I remember have gotten smaller, look completely different. They keep changing the shapes of everything, and clearly there's
Yeah.
always now the hidden agenda behind it. They change the shape to craftily actually
Yeah.
give you less for the same amount of money, which I think is just crazy. Like, because I've noticed it with I noticed it with the Coca-Cola bottles where they change their size, and Pepsi are just behind them doing the same thing now. You hardly ever see the 2 liter ones. It's normally they're down to 1.5 liter now, and around the same price as well. So it's crazy. So yeah, you don't think about it until you see it, and then your eyes are just open to it now. Like now, next time I walk to the shop, I'm going to be looking at everything and like being like, I'm being robbed. I'm like, go home.
Yeah.
Like no.
It's gonna be in a whole new
So,
different
so,
mindset.
Yeah, definitely.
you know, grocery stores are really notorious for this kind of thing. Everything in just as soon as you walk into a grocery store, know you're getting fucked with, that you're getting mind
Oh
screwed.
yeah.
Just know it, because everything by the color displays, where things are located, why you have to walk by every fucking thing in the world just to get a gallon of milk in the back. Because they want you to see, you know, like it's like, oh, everybody needs milk at some point. And a lot of times they just go to the store just to grab milk. But now you have to walk by everything just to get milk. And then you enter on one side, you go back, get the milk, your checkout's all the way on the other side, so you have to pass every single thing in the store. It's all designed to screw you in the head and make you open your wallet. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
now, the reason I wanted to explain this to you is so you save money. The other tip I'm going to give you, make a list and stay on your list. Don't
That's
buy
for
anything that's not on your list. Buy what you
And
came
don't go
for.
shopping hungry.
And
Don't.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Don't go shopping
Never
hungry.
do that.
Go after
Never.
breakfast. Go after lunch. Go after dinner. Never go before.
Never.
Yeah. Because you will spend more money than you should. And look, because not always, like, buying in bulk isn't always the answer either. Because I know that, like, we go to Costco, but I know that if you're not careful, you can buy things that it's not actually cheaper. You buy more of it, but it's not actually cheaper. You may be cheaper to go other places. My wife is really good about like coupons and those kind of things. But even she's susceptible to not making a list or getting something that's not on the list. Like,
Oh yeah.
like
It's
she came home
no
the other
easy
day
feat
and
to
there
do
I
it.
was like, what the hell is this? She's like, oh, where? I was like, exactly.
Exactly.
Or
Yeah.
I'll go out in the other fridge and there's a sneaky fucking Pepsi hidden in the back. And I'm like, exactly. I was like,
That's funny.
Yeah, I know my
So-
poor mum. She's so susceptible to all of that. Every time we get shopping coming in the week, there's always some new item in there that she's like, "Oh yeah, I've looked at this and it looked nice," and I'm like, "Oh okay." Just always something random and new. But yeah, she's
So-
always so susceptible to it.
so I'm curious, have you guys noticed this any other place besides food?
Mm. True. I don't think I ever have actually. It's.
Nope.
I mean,
like,
I've only
well,
just
I've
been
noticed.
opened up to it, so I'm like, it's gonna take
I've
me a moment
noticed
to just process
restaurants.
that.
Like,
Yeah, but
like restaurants.
We're kind of still
but that's
talking
still
food. Like,
I've
I've been working on this Nova and I've been doing stuff to the trailer and I think I noticed it, but I wasn't completely sure. Like, I went to buy some like bolts with a nut on it and stuff. And I swear to God, they gave me 8 bolts and 6 nuts. And I was like, I was like, was this on purpose? Did you seriously screw me to make me go buy nuts? I was like, what the? So I have to go back and look to see if I just got screwed on the package or if they're actually packaged that way. Because I was like, that would be the sneakiest thing in the world.
Yeah.
I need 10 bolts with nuts on them, and you buy 10, but you only get 8, and then you gotta go and you gotta buy a pack of nuts, which is like, I don't know, 6 or 8 of them in there, and so you're never like equaled, right? It's just like,
Yeah.
I remember like buying stuff from like IKEA, like that kind of things where you had to put them together,
yeah,
and they would sometimes give you an extra screw, nut, wire.
Mm.
I've noticed that now
they go the other way.
It's exactly. It's either they try to do exactly the right count. There's no more. And they even put notes in there, if you're short, contact us, and they ship it to you and everything. But
Yeah.
yeah, they try to get that count exactly right. I've
Well,
noticed
I
that. And
mean,
now that you've mentioned it, I've noticed it.
and that's a weird thing because shouldn't that be the way it is anyway? Like you just get what you need, right? Like it seems
Yeah,
odd
yeah,
that,
you
that you
should.
would
Should
get
be,
more.
yeah.
Because here's the inevitable thing, right? When you have the extra one, you never fucking need it. So then you just have it and you got to put it somewhere, right?
Garbage can.
Right.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, if you have the right amount and you lose one of them motherfuckers, you're like, son of a bitch, they giving me
yeah.
one more, dude, right? Like you had
Yeah.
them all in there and then you set them on the counter and then you came back and you have kids and a wife. And so now like you have no fucking idea where anything is. And you're like, damn, I'm one short, son of a bitch. Now I got to go down and buy 8 nuts. Fuck.
That's exactly how it is.
So I want to hear from you guys. Have you guys noticed it anywhere else other than grocery stores? And what one have you now really come to realize that they got you in the grocery store? That's what I want to. That's what I want to see in the comments. But so
Agreed.
Definitely.
yeah. So it's just a crazy thing. And me being a business graduate. You know, that these are the kind of things that I laugh at and I see all the time, but I know it's there. But I realize not everybody else does, because like even my wife will buy some stuff and come home and then I'll be like, oh, they changed the packaging. She also did. I was like, yeah, look at the cereal boxes, right? And she's like, oh, son of a bitch, right? She's all, why am I having to go to the store again midweek? Well, this is why, you know. So
that is why.
They're sneaky. They're always trying to screw you out of your money, but.
That
I
they
worked
are.
in a supermarket for like 2 years and I never noticed. And I worked and stacked the shelves with all the products and didn't notice.
Well, you weren't spending money buying that stuff. Like,
True, yeah, I guess not, yeah.
it only matters when you like really start looking at how much you're spending and stuff. Like we try to keep a kind of a budget, you know, and so
Yeah.
I notice if we go over in one or the other by very much, you know, if it's like 30, 40, $50 here, you know, whatever. But if it starts being 100 or something like that, I start looking to see like, okay, what is it that we were doing? Were we going camping or something? So we bought some extra stuff, or was there something going on? Because if this is the standard month, why all of a sudden are we spending more money? What happened? So this is the kind of stuff that you kind of see. So go ahead and write in the comments. I want to hear what you guys got to say. But we're gonna get out of here. So have a good one. Much love, all.
See you, everyone.
Take care.
You have something else to add, Harcase?
Oh, I was just gonna say, and I guarantee you, your next shopping trip is not going to be the same because you're going to be looking at everything now.
Now it's gonna take you 3 hours to shop because you'll be looking at every box going,
yeah, everything
Damn it!
like analyzing. Yeah.
He's gonna be reaching in the back of it for the old stuff now.
All right, everybody. Much love, all.
See you later,
Peace out.
everyone. Bye.